Hey guys, Curly Susie here from Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. Welcome to my 14-week pregnancy update.
Yeah.
In my 13-week video, I was talking about how, I was in the second trimester and just all of a sudden I started to feel better. Well, week 14 was not fun, and I'm going to talk about that when I talk about my symptoms. But usually I start these videos out by talking about the baby. So this is roughly the size of the baby this week. I like to use the Baby Center app, and it gives you like an approximate scale size of the baby. So like compared to me, like if I hold that up to my belly, the baby's getting substantially larger and more baby-like. The baby is roughly the size of a peach. And I happened to buy peaches this week, so this is a good visual. It says that the baby is now able to taste the food that you eat, which I find interesting. It says your baby's hairline is forming and hair is starting to grow on your baby's head. Even the eyelashes and eyebrows are growing. If you're hoping to find out the sex of your baby, unfortunately, it's still a little bit too early, but it won't take long. Even though your baby is hiccuping regularly, there is no sound produced as your baby's windpipe is full of fluid at this stage. So that's just a little bit about the baby. And I am finding out the sex of the baby the first week in September, and it's like, what's the date today? I think it's like the 11th or 12th of August. So that's coming up pretty soon. I'm really excited about that. So anyway, I'm just going to talk about my symptoms a little bit. And I'm just going to talk about a couple things that I forgot to talk about when I did the 12-week pregnancy update and was talking about the first trimester. So my symptoms currently, I have to say I was very disappointed. When I made my week 13 video, I felt really great, and I just assumed, again, because my first pregnancy was so easy and I felt so good, I just assumed, okay, it's the 13th week, I'm in my second trimester, and now all of a sudden I'm gonna feel better. And I had a good couple of days, and then a few days after that, I have a ton of friends home from away, friends that only come home like once a year. And my husband and I had planned on having like this big pool party, like big, huge pool party at our house with like tons of food and kids and music and all of this kind of stuff. And I had to cancel it because I was so nauseated and so exhausted. Like I spent the whole day in bed. So that was really disappointing. Yesterday I had a pretty good day. I went to a beach with that same group of friends, a beach that's about an hour and a half away from my house. And like we went out to dinner and everything, and I felt tired, but I felt okay. And I actually vlogged a little bit of that. Depending on how long this video is, I might just put like a little mini vlog at the end. Some of you are interested in the fact that I'm from Cape Breton, which is a really unique part of the world. So you'll get to see a little bit of like Cape Breton scenery and kind of what we do around here. So it is a little bit interesting. But anyway, back to the baby stuff. I'm just nauseated again and exhausted, and my main symptom, I guess, is exhaustion. I have started finally having little food cravings, and unfortunately it's not for anything healthy or good. So I'm kind of still craving onion rings. Wilson's here playing with his Play-Doh, so he might come in the room in a second. I've been craving onion rings, I've been craving like cheeseburgers and just gross things. And it only happens like once every 3 days. I'd say 2 days in a row, I feel completely full, bloated, disgusting, like I can't eat anything. And then on the third day, I'll just have this sudden need to eat something disgusting. So that's kind of what my cravings are like. What else was I gonna say? Oh, I had a little bit of like menstrual type cramping this week, and it was fine. Like just very mild menstrual like cramping. It didn't feel like contractions, and it was just kind of there all day. And I had my OB appointment this week, and I spoke to my doctor about it, and she just told me that it's probably just my uterus continuing to stretch and grow. Wilson's here, so I don't know how this is gonna go. What did you find, bud? Show me, come here. Oh, let me see. Show the camera. Look up here. No, look, show them your book. Woo! Look what he found.
And comment like this. And now some.
But what I wanted to talk about that I keep forgetting to say is that for the first time ever, and I've been pregnant a few times, I had a lot of menstrual type cramping in the first trimester, and it made me really worried. There's the sun, yep.
The sun goes down so like that one.
Oh. My other symptom that I've never really had before, and I don't know if it's going to stick around, because I have good skin even when I'm pregnant, but I've been getting pimples, and I haven't had a pimple on my face probably since I was in high school. And even in high school, I never ever got pimples on my face, but like I have one right here, and it was like a heat seeker. Like it had a big whitehead on it. It was disgusting. And I had one like right in the middle of my nose last week, and a few on my forehead. So I guess that's a pregnancy symptom. It's probably related to hormones. I kind of don't care. The only thing that sucks for me is that I don't really wear face makeup, and so it always stands out. And I just don't care enough. He's singing in the background. I guess my last symptom that is like continuing to go on is that I am so tired, like I said, but just so unmotivated. I shot a couple of hair videos this week, and I just have not gotten around to editing them. And my hair videos are my best videos. They're the videos that everybody watches and that everybody wants to see. And just like to be straightforward about it, they're the videos that make me money because I get a lot of views on them, so I make a lot of ad revenue. And I have just been, I wish I could describe how unmotivated I am to edit those videos. And that is not like me at all. So I'm really hoping that I snap out of that soon. Sorry about that. My camera died, and Will and I had to go to a birthday party. So if I'm looking a little worse for wear, it's because I was just at an outdoor kids' birthday party for like the last 4 hours, and it was like out on the Myra. So we were in the water. It is scorching hot out. They had a water balloon fight, and all things considered, I think my hair held up okay. I mean, my curls didn't really fall out. It's a little frizzy. But anyway, guys, I'm back, and one of my symptoms that I forgot to talk about, like, hit home hard while I was at the party. One of the things that I've been having that is getting increasingly worse in week 14 is that I've been getting headaches. And I am not somebody that gets headaches normally at all. I wouldn't call them migraine headaches. They're just kind of bad headaches that I have to take like Tylenol and drink a ton of water, and sometimes I have to have a little bit of caffeine to make it go away. They're just more so annoying and tiring than anything else. So I had like a really bad headache at the party, and nobody had Tylenol. Everybody had Advil, which you're not supposed to take. But one of my friends, Riley, she had, I wish I could tell you what it's called exactly. It was like peppermint halo. Some kind of essential oil treatment, and I put it like on my temples and my forehead, and it did actually work a little bit. And normally I don't like believe that any of that kind of stuff works, but it worked really well. And now that I think about it, when I was pregnant with Will, I used to put peppermint essential oils like in my nostrils, and that would help me with nausea. And that's something I completely forgot about until today, which would have really come in handy. So those are my symptoms. This week's video is kind of boring, like not a whole lot has changed. As far as like doctor's appointments and things surrounding my pregnancy, I saw my OB this week, and these appointments are pretty standard. She just asks me a few questions about how I'm feeling, like physically and mentally, and she palpates for my uterus, and also listened to the baby's heartbeat, and the baby's heartbeat was there, and she thought it was around 150 beats a minute, which is a little lower than it was before, but I think that's kind of normal when you go into your second trimester. And she weighed me. Oh, that's one thing that I will mention, is that I actually lost weight. I'm not concerned about it. She's not concerned about it. I had a little bit of weight on when I got pregnant, and then I had that like 4 to 5 week period, maybe even a little bit more, where I had no appetite. So I was eating enough to like, you know, not have to be admitted to the hospital and be put on some kind of like IV nutrition. But I really wasn't eating the way I normally eat, and I lost about 5 pounds. So again, not too worried about it. I put 5 or 6 pounds, or maybe even closer to 10 pounds on right before I got pregnant, just because of like, I just wasn't exercising and I just wasn't feeling great, and I wasn't eating great. So I lost a little bit of weight, but I still think that I'm a healthy weight. I'm still about 145 pounds. So if anything, like I'm a tiny little bit overweight. I have a healthy BMI. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say that I lost weight. I didn't mean to lose weight. I'm sure I will put it on the next couple weeks, and I'm just not too worried about it. Speaking of like, you know, weight gain in my body and body changes, my boobs haven't gotten any bigger. They're still a little tiny bit sore, but not the way they were in the first trimester. They're just a little bit tender, and they're still bigger and more full, but they're not like continuously growing. And I don't expect that they will grow much more until like when I get closer to having the baby and they start to like kind of fill up a little bit. So that's that. I don't feel like I'm retaining water. My rings are all still really loose. I don't find my face is getting chubby or anything like that, and that is a place that I really gain weight. So if I gain weight from either like not exercising and eating bad, or if I gain weight from being pregnant, I always gain weight in my face, and I just don't find that has really started to happen yet. My stomach, on the other hand, is crazy. And I'm not unhappy about it. It's just, like, I'm gonna show you what my stomach looks like. It's almost hard to believe. I mean, I know I have that double uterus, so maybe, like the heart-shaped uterus, so maybe my belly would stick out more than somebody else's. I have no idea. And I tend to get bloated really easily, so it might be a little bit of that, but I just can't believe how big my belly is now. And I know that this is my 14-week update, but really, I'm really about 15 weeks right now. So I am going to show you the belly, and I've just been flaunting it. Like, I'm not wearing maternity clothes because my maternity jeans and everything are still too big for me, but I've just been wearing a lot of like sundresses and tight dresses and just flaunting the belly. I find if I wear loose fitting clothing to try to hide the fact that I have like a little bit of a baby bump, I just look chubby, or I just look like I put weight on, and I don't look pregnant. I would rather look pregnant, if that makes sense. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up. This video was a little tiny bit boring. I'm gonna put like a little clip from my vlog at the end just for fun, and then I'll leave a link to the full vlog of our beach day if you're interested in that at all. I'm terrible at vlogging, so don't get too excited. But anyway, I'm gonna show you the bump. My next video that I make related to my pregnancy is I'm going to do a baby names video, because we do have our baby names picked out, and I'm in the process of trying to find my baby name. I just found a list of like probably 25 names that I absolutely love. So I'm going to share those with you guys in case you're waiting to pick your own baby name, and that might be helpful. But anyway, guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I'm getting out of breath. If you didn't like it, always give it a thumbs down. Subscribe to my channel, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye. Here is the bump from the front. You know, nothing too impressive. And here is the bump from the side. Like, I cannot get over this. I guess I'm starting to pop. Maybe because it's my second baby, it happened a little bit earlier, but I just can't believe it. And there's my bump from the other side.